I put up the oops, shouldn't have tapped my mic there. Provided I put up.
Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me in another video. Today I want to talk about getting more for less through the power of leverage. I want to bring a couple of ideas together in this video. The power of building income streams is pretty clear from the last video that I made, which I'm going to link down below somewhere, because it has a tangible impact on your number. And when I say your number, I'm talking about the number that is being invested in that pot that early retirees want to have invested to be financially independent and making work an option. Having this type of financial freedom and the option to do it can have a big impact on personal happiness and stress levels, because really financial concerns and worries have been eliminated, and so stress from finances here are generally self-induced. We talk a lot about passive income in the area of personal finance. Income that once created pays an annuity forever. Now, I do have a problem with the concept. True passive income doesn't pay that well. Yes, it's true that you can buy a basket of dividend stocks and over time it will grow and compound, and there is an additional concept which can really turbocharge this. It's not truly passive to start because it will require some time, blood, sweat and tears in the beginning, but it's also how millionaires multiply their money. So the first important concept that I want to talk about is utilizing other people's time and leveraging it. And the second one, which I have alluded to in past videos, is good debt and bad debt. Good debt is where you can utilize other people's money to generate a return. Now, neither of these are risk-free, just putting it out there, and I'm not a financial advisor and all of that disclaimer stuff. So let's dissect these concepts in a little more detail and get to the juicy bits. What do I mean by other people's money? No, I don't mean your next door neighbor's money pot under his bed. An example where this is the most prevalent here in the UK is real estate lending. So in the UK right now, I'm personally being gently swayed towards a 75% loan to value deal. And here, so that will comprise the bank putting up 75% of the value of the property, provided I put up the remaining 25%. So for the purpose of simplicity, let's work through an example and use rounded numbers. So let's work through this example. Say the property value, you're buying a flat for something like 300,000 times 75%, because that's the amount that you're going to take from the bank, is 225,000. At an interest rate of 3%, it's £6,750 per annum on interest, okay? That gives you a monthly repayment of £562.50. Then say you rent the property out at something like £1,250 per month. Don't shoot me, but these are all averages based on the London market at the moment. So all in all, you make £687.50 a month. So there are two nice ratios that demonstrate the power of leverage. The rental yield on invested capital. So for this, £687.50 that you made times 12 divided by the invested capital, which is a £75,000, is equal to 11%. Now, I know, don't shoot me guys, again, this is a simplification because there are taxes, legal costs and other things that will increase your money spent and may ultimately reduce your actual yield for the first year. So before you all go out hating on me, I'm just illustrating a point. Property is quite a passionate topic here in the UK. So let's go back to the ratios. The second ratio is, as the investor in the property, you carry all of the asset risk. By that, what I mean is we are truly exposed to the asset price. The property that you bought for what did I say, 300,000 rises in value to 350k, that's 50k that you've made, and it's 100% yours as an investor. Likewise, if the property does lose 50k, that entire loss is also yours. Again, that's just an example, but a 50k increase in property price with a 75k deposit is a 66% return on your invested capital. And that, to summarize my message, is the power of investing smartly and sensible leveraging. All you guys about to rant off at me, I'm not advocating we all run out to be property developers, but this should now make sense why real estate is such a powerful investing tool. So the second millionaire habit I mentioned earlier is the power of building teams. There's a really good book by Tim Ferriss. I'm the worst with names, guys. I honestly don't remember names very well. I really struggle with that. In my opinion, it's a pretty inspiring read. I'll put a link down there below in the description box or what have you. But it's called The 4-Hour Workweek. And this book has encouraged me to think about business in a new way, which I hadn't thought of before. And the general concept that he teaches us in the book is how to focus on the tasks that are the most important and delegate the rest. And this book has encouraged me personally to think about business in a new way. And in the book, the main message is he teaches us how to focus on tasks that are the most important and delegate the rest. I mean, my partner has the Eisenhower matrix plastered to his screen for 50% of the day as his notebook template. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. I guess what I'm trying to say is you can bring a team together, but it may end up costing a lot more managing a team, especially if you bring the wrong individuals for the job and there's ineffective leadership. And it gets me every time. At the moment, we're actually hooked on Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, which is the only thing we watch on TV at the moment, and unashamedly hooked, not going to lie. He goes round to restaurants in the States and gives himself 24 hours to overhaul the restaurant, but it is so funny. Go check it out, guys, if you haven't already. What I'm trying to say is building teams also requires an investment in time and money. As a small business owner, the right individuals can take time to find, and that costs money. They take time to train, that costs money. And you also need to have the confidence in building team structures and have that vision as an entrepreneur or business owner to guide and entrust the team to get on with it, and then empowering those individuals is another. So going back to our restaurant example then, when we first started the restaurant, both my partner and I had day jobs that were quite intense. I remember in the first month we would spend our evenings and weekends to make sure everything was okay and running smoothly by going to the restaurant on a daily basis. And I knew that that wasn't sustainable, and micromanaging a business at that level just would not work. So we entrusted and hired a new floor manager, hired a new head chef in the kitchen, and empowered them to make the decisions and step up to their roles. What that then allowed us to do, this was a momentous achievement for us, because it meant all of our time can now be focused on growing the business, hiring talent, and thinking about other opportunities that we may have been missing, because both our mental and physical energy was no longer being spent on the daily grind in the restaurant on the floor. What we also did was manage to leverage various technologies in the market and integrate them into a system that meant we could work remotely and manage and have an oversight as owners with a bird's eye view of how the restaurant was performing. And we could only do that because of the skills that we've achieved personally through our day jobs and our careers, because we see how large businesses and organizations work. So use all of your skill set when thinking about your personal ventures. And that's why I'm always saying treat your personal finances like a business. Having said all that, there are risks to managing a team as well, some of which can be outsourced. When you own something like a restaurant, it is really, really important to make sure all of the safety standards are met. But personally, I didn't want to spend all of my time as an owner making sure every food item was labeled. So we hired an external consultant to come in and do checks and put those in place for us. And that was valuable time that was saved from my perspective, but we knew that we were getting the exact thing that we needed, and learning to accept that some stress and management will come. And I'm telling you, there's nothing more satisfying than going to your restaurant and seeing the business tick over, tables enjoying themselves, staff bantering around and having fun while on the job as well. And that was the great thing, and that was a huge contrast from the early days when we were just going there feeling really stressed because we were thinking about this that has to be done, that has to be done, that table needs their orders to be taken, all of this stuff on the back end. As a summary, and to round up, realize that capital invested can have a multiplier effect when using leverage. And secondly, business owners have the power to leverage their time by building teams and outsourcing tasks, freeing up more of our own time to do other things. Boom, that's a wrap until next time. What do I need to say? Like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. Guys, it's really hot still here in London. We had thunderstorms last night, but the humidity is real. I don't know how you guys do it on the other side of the pond. But until next time, cheers guys, bye.